It was always big in our family football. My dad played football for Geelong. He played 182 games. My grandfather on my mum's side played 20 games for Geelong. My family are generational farmers that have been in agriculture for 100 years. Farming, well, it means a lot. It's a big part of who I am. You know, we're very lucky, we're very fortunate to be able to choose where we live and call this place our home. My name's Tom Hawkins. I'm an AFL footballer for the Geelong Cats, and I'm also a farmer. So the father-son rule is how I made my way into the AFL.
When he came to Geelong, he came on what they call father-son. If the father had played 100 games for a team, then his son was entitled to go straight to that club rather than be drafted by another club and finish up in Brisbane or West Australia or somewhere. And when he came to Geelong, he was offered the number 26, which he took. Quite often in father-son, that's what they do. They take the number that their father wore.
My girls might get the opportunity to if they want to pursue football, but I was a mad Geelong supporter growing up, so I idolised the players. For me, I was able to choose Geelong, and that's where I've been for 15 and a half seasons.
It hasn't affected Tom in any shape or form. Not all footballers are as lucky as that. And when it comes to the day they've got to pull the plug and retire from football, there's a void that some of them can't handle. Now, to have a property or a farm or an interest or something else outside football is, I believe, absolutely essential. That'll be the most difficult time, I believe, in Tom's life when that comes.
For me, being able to have, you know, this parcel of land and be able to kind of integrate the two things at the one time is still pretty cool, like Dad did. We run Black Angus cattle. Ultimately, the things that I've picked up and learnt from my childhood, I try and implement now. So there's a central laneway that runs through our place, and Dad loves central laneways, and that's just for the ease of moving cattle around. You've got the flexibility to be able to get, you know, machinery in and out, so you can access all paddocks. So there's certainly the element of the way that things are laid out. And before I go and do anything, you know, with my internal fencing, I double check with Dad to make sure that it's a good idea, and almost sort of get that tick of approval from him. Being brought up on a farm is very different to being in the city. It taught me a lot of responsibility as a kid. My learnings about getting pocket money and responsibility and care for things were brought up on the farm in the way that we were raised. So there was often jobs to do, feed the chooks, feed the cattle. From an early age, learnt those important parts of life, which it's funnily enough, we're now starting to teach our girls. You can't do anything about what the environment gives you, but you can change and make decisions and adapt. I've experienced that in different ways, both through the drought period and then even just the form element of playing football. So the element of trying to work your way through it is exactly the same. There's a lot of things that you know you can put back to what you've learned in your journey along the way, and we've got cattle here because it fits in, but I also understand the animals the most out of all livestock. So I'd love to grow my cattle numbers up to from 45 to sort of, you know, 150. You know, I'd love to get up towards 200, but you know that's going to require a bit more time, a bit more effort, and also then ultimately finding country to lease. And I haven't been thrust into full-time farming yet, so that will present some challenges, no doubt, as well, but that's a luxury I have of being down here in Geelong. I'm able to get a taste of farming, then also get to go in and play football. I'm going to finish playing football at some point in time, and then, you know, like my dad did, finish football and then have to pursue another career. And for him, that was farming, and for me, you know, I love the idea of being able to go into the agricultural space. A lot of nostalgic memories of my childhood the smell that gets in the air when it's about to rain, walking into shearing sheds, the smell that you get from the wool, and there's just so many of my great memories have been forged around being at home. Living off the land is important because we live in a country that's a big agricultural producer. We're very lucky, we're very fortunate to be able to call this place our home. We've found that we can tuck in here, live our idyllic lifestyle, have a connection back to what we had as kids, and then give that for our kids moving forward.